Welcome back to ESBR Boxing's YouTube channel. Delighted as always to be joined by the British and Commonwealth super middleweight champion Zach Chelli, who faces Callum Simpson only a few days' time. Zach, good to speak to you. Always good to speak to you. We've been talking back and forth for a number of years now. How are you? This is obviously this is a fairly big fight. You're the main event on Sky Sports in a few days' time. How's Zach Chelli feeling?
I'm feeling great, training harder than ever. I was ready to fight anytime, anywhere, any place, and I'm here to prove it.
Yeah, for sure. And look, it's all gonna come to a finish come August the 3rd. Just if you can, Zach, just talk me through the last kind of 3 4 months
Yeah.
in regards to negotiations. See, I know you were last out in January
Yeah.
when you won those belts against
Well,
Jack Cullen. I'm sure you would have loved to have been out sooner than August. But yeah, what have the last kind of 3 4 months been like with you in
yeah,
regards to
I
getting
was
this
hoping to fight
perspective?
on that card, that Crystal Palace card. That's the card I was hoping to fight on. And things were looking good for that. But him and his team insisted at being in Barnsley, and he insisted that he could sell a lot of tickets in the stadium. And I guess, from a business point of view, that's what they went for. And it's done pretty well. It's sold out within the first 48 hours. So yeah, hats off to him for that. But in the end, it will be done for me. So I'm actually kind of happy for it.
Yeah, for sure. And how do you feel about heading to Barnes? I know you had a media day there a month or so ago, but um you're gonna be kind of up against it in regards to the crowd. Just is that something you look forward to, basically going there and being kind of the less supported fighter by a distance?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It gives me more motivation being an underdog. But you ever seen the Rocky movie where Rocky goes to Russia and he fights the Russian, and then at the end they're all supporting Rocky? That's what it's going to be like Barnsley. So once I start smashing his face in, because people like to support a champion, and once I show them what kind of champion I am, they'll be on my boat.
No, fantastic. And what's the situation with Callum Simpson? Would you say, Zach? Is there obviously this is kind of taking place before fight week, before the press conferences, before the weigh-in? Um, is there animosity here? Is it just business? How do you view him as an opponent and as a person?
Well, as my boxing mindset is, I've achieved all these things in my life. It's took me, I'm 26. I've been boxing all my life to become British and Commonwealth champion, and he's trying to take it from me. So of course, he's trying to ruin my plans, and I got to ruin his, and that's how it is. And I got to see it that way. And so at the moment, he's the enemy, and he's the guy who has got to defeat, keep going forward, and he's trying to block me, and he's trying to stop me and my family from going forward. So I've got to defeat him big time.
Yeah, of course. I spoke to your manager, Steve Goodwin. I spoke to him on more than one occasion about this. So he's used the word hype job to describe Callum
Yeah,
Simpson. Obviously, Callum's he's kind of been the poster boy on Sky Sports on Sky a couple of
yeah.
times now. Has been obviously been fighting on TV. Do you agree with that? Do you agree with that assessment, Zach? Do you think Callum
Yeah,
Simpson's Sky
I
Sports
believe
hype
at
job?
the moment he's just a hype job. He hasn't showed much of at the moment. All he's fought, yeah, he's got 10 knockouts, but he's fought nobodies. I mean, I fought a guy who had 22 knockouts. What's his name? Anthony Sims, and he was like deemed to be the next big thing, and I beat him quite easily. So when it comes to knockouts, it doesn't mean nothing, especially when you look at the caliber of your opponent that you fought. And his best opponent, I'd say, was a welterweight Mexican who he managed to finish on points with. His best achievement in his boxing career is going to Canada and doing 2 rounds of sparring. So we'll see what he does.
Mm. Do you think you're going to win this fight by stoppage, Zach?
God willing, inshallah, I will stop him. I believe I have the ability to do it. I have the ability to go all 12 rounds. Sorry, it's my cat.
No.
She had a little operation, so
Oh,
she's
okay.
a little cute. But yeah, I believe I can do 12 rounds, or I can, stop him whenever I want. See what the fight's like, and this time I'll keep it. I'll keep my cards to myself. But I can do 12 rounds of hard fight, and for him it'd be a hard fight, or I can stop him.
And without sounding too brutal, but would you take, given the circumstances, given you're in Barnsley, thousands
Yeah.
of people there, would you take kind of pride in basically shutting all those people up and stopping Callum Simpson in front of his home crowd? Would you take pride in doing that?
Also, that motivates me more. Having some people doubt me and go against me. Of course, they're his supporters, but once I silence them, that'll be the cream, the cream of the crop, the
Mhm.
icing on top. So the cherry on top. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
No, brilliant. And I just think just a couple more from me, Zach. You've as we said, I've kind of been speaking to you for a few years now, and one word I would always describe, one word I would say about you is that you're always just very ambitious. What is the plan now? Obviously, you've kind of big accomplishment picking up those two belts back in January, but you're still a very young man. Is the plan to stay at the level, British Commonwealth level for a period? Is the plan to move on? What is the plan for the next 18 to 24 months, would you say?
At the moment, the plan is to defeat Simpson.
Mm.
I'm not looking past that, but let's say I were to. I believe I've done once I beat him, God willing, inshallah. I've done most of my things I could do with Britain. I would say like I want to go above and beyond now, maybe Europeans or world title eliminators. So I like to push myself further. I'm not getting any younger, even though I am young, only 26. British and Commonwealth champion, but I like to push on and go for bigger and better things.
Yeah, no, of course. How are things going with your trainer, Zach? I know you've been working with him for a period now. I know
Hmm.
you've spoken fondly about him with me off camera. How would how's that going? How's that change going?
Yeah, things have been going as good as always. Of course, I have my dad in the background advise me from behind the scenes, and Barry there. He's got a great gym. And he's got quality experience from previous boxers such as George Groves and even Anthony Gogo. So a mixture of these things all together, is helping me out a lot. I've got a strength conditioning coach, Rory, coached by Rory. Great sponsor on there. I'm not sure you can see it. Legal
Yeah,
blows,
yeah,
doing good.
yeah.
Doing the shots. I get these ones. These guys actually pretty great. They got some, special ingredients in their shots. Check them out. It's all these combinations, all things pushing me together and make me the better fighter. Sorry
And
about that.
no worries. It was a special guest appearance.
Yeah.
No, look, I've been on your Instagram. You're good salesman. I know you're always within your right to plug your sponsor. That's good. And in terms of it's nice to know that your dad is still involved. Is that important to you? That obviously he is no longer your head trainer now, but he is still in the background. Still has a part in your boxing life.
I mean, I've been training my dad for all my life, so
Mm.
you can't just take something out and do something different. I'll be starting to compete from scratch. And of course, my dad's a great coach, and the stuff he has taught me, it stays with me. So I'm still on it. And even when I train with Barry in the gym, Barry's a great coach himself. But he sees the things that I'm good at, which I used to do, and he tries to make him, me working on them, making them better. Such as I've always had a great double jab, and I'm still using my great double jab. Just work on these things, sharpen them up. Yeah, he's getting me quality sparring. But yeah, as I said, Barry's had experience with people like George Groves and Anthony Gogo, and he's mixed them all together and giving it the guy experience to helping me to push forward.
No, fantastic. All right, Zach. Good to speak with you. Good to touch base. I will see. Yeah, we'll be in Barnsley, so we'll see you then. Looking forward to the antics. Just one final thing from me before I let you go. In your weight division, obviously this fight might have been announced by the time it goes out. Canelo Alvarez, Edgar Berlanga. Obviously, for all of Canelo's belts.
Yeah.
Thoughts on thoughts on that fight? Is that one you think is Canelo in trouble? Does it excite you? Just thoughts on that fight.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen too much of Edgar Belanga. I know he's a Matchroom's boy now. We'll see how it is. It'll be an exciting fight, I believe. But yeah, maybe Canelo's age is coming, so who knows? But I'm hoping once this fight is over, let's say I hope the belts get dispersed, so it
Yeah,
gives me an opportunity to try to get one of those belts.
no, it'd be fantastic. What there was a rumor. Well, there were kind of rumors linking Canelo to Chris Eubank Jr. instead.
Yeah,
So
I've heard that
people
one. Yeah.
had different things to say about that. Some people weren't that excited by it. Some people weren't giving Eubank Jr. much of a chance.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts been on that fight? Would you have given Eubank Jr. a chance?
They would have been, but they're both past 30 now, aren't they? So they're both not in their prime. So I don't know if it would have been an exciting fight, maybe an early stoppage as well. But I'd rather see Edgar Belanga with Canelo, give the young man a chance to prove himself, see if Canelo is all that good, still can has got it. So that'll be a more interesting fight, happy to me.
Right. Fantastic. All right, I won't bother you anymore, Zach. But yeah, appreciate your time as always. Good to speak to you again, and
Thank you.
I will see you in Barnsley. All the best.
In Barnsley. Looking forward to it. Thank you.